Assalamualaikum and good evening. My name is Wan Ahmad Najmi bin Wan Muhammad Sukri S57409. I'm from Group 14. Would like to make a movie review titled Cool Dog, directed by Danny Lerner, that was released by year 2010. Cool Dog movie starring by Jackson Pear, Cameron Tennaple, Michael Pear, Trista Campbell, Jennifer Cooper, David Jensen and more. Cool Dog movie tells a story about a pet dog named Rainy and his best friend Jimmy. Jimmy's father, named Dean, that was starring by Michael Pear, get a promotion and need to transfer at the New York City. So Jimmy's family must relocate to an apartment in New York City, which the hotel is practice no bedroom policy. Due to the low apartment, his mother said to leave Rainy in the animal farm. Rainy embarks on cross-country journey to New York to follow Jimmy.
A very good morning to Dr. Hayato. My name is Yakishwari and my metric number is S59413. Today I'm going to present about the clip 1, which the service model is listening gap. Okay, this scene is about the property owner didn't allow any pets or animals to stay in the premise. The story begins where Jimmy's dad was promoted and have to move to New York, and while the apartment that Jimmy's dad's company offered were not allowed any pets to stay with them. But Jimmy really wants his dog to follow him, but unfortunately he has to leave him at zoo. So the reason that I'm choosing the listening gap was Jimmy was anticipated to bring his dog to stay with him in this scenario, but the property owner refused to do so. My suggestion to overcome the listening gap will create a contract between Jimmy and Mrs. Rubin where in the contract she can state that if the Rainy didn't behave well, Jimmy have to leave the premises. Second, construct a facility for the dogs to be cared while the owners are away for the businesses or some other things. Next, there are plenty of laws that allow the owners to own a pet at residentials, such as Fair Housing Act FHA. Okay, the last will be listening gap 1. If the premises where Jimmy is going to stay allows pets to remain with them, it will meet Jimmy's expectations and he will be extremely delighted. My proposal will be allowed the owners to have a pet because owns a pet have more benefits.
My name is Fatih Nabilah binti Ramli, metric number S57408. Today I will present my part, which is clip 2, the clips that illustrate the gap 2, the service design and standard gap. The scene is about to use the service at the State Fair Zoo. First, tells the story of Jimmy. The family used the service at the zoo to drop off his dog because they wanted to move to New York because his father got a promotion and his residence was forbidden to bring indoors. And because of that, they used the service at the zoo to take care of Jimmy's dog. But because the zoo workers did not responsible, careless and bad attention, finally Jimmy's dog ran away from the zoo. Besides, in this movie have mistakes shown in the clips regarding the service or poor service design, which is a systematic new service development process. Related with the Cool Dog movie, zoo worker did not provide good service because does not provide a suitable place for the client. Why discuss service for dog care? In fact, he kept asking for money. The next mistake is absence of customer-driven standards, which is absent of process management to focus on customer requirements. Related to the Cool Dog movie, the zoo worker did not carry out the management process properly due to his bad intention to steal a musical hearing aid on the dog's neck. Jimmy's dog ran out of the zoo. Next, my suggestion to correct mistake: invite the client to discuss at an appropriate place, and the zoo management must a selection of responsible employees and following the rules properly while working.
Assalamualaikum and hi, I am Amila Fazlina binti Muhammad Hanafi with metric number S57410. So I will present regarding the clip 3, which is the communication gap that we have identified in this movie. Okay, in this movie, the communication gap happened when Mrs. Ruben promised the buyer of the parrot to take care of it carefully until he comes to pick up on the next day. Unfortunately, the parrot has missing because of her own careless by not taking seriously the safety of the bird's area. It gave opportunity for Rennie, which is the dog, to save the parrot by open the cage. In fact, Mrs. Ruben has received the full payment and refused to return it. Okay, the suggestion to correct the mistake of law in this scene is by make sure that we involve in the business with the right way, like having an evidence or written agreement in case anything happens. The observation from the service gap is the communication gap could happen when over-promising in advertising does not match the actual service delivery. Next, customer expectation about the service can be shaped by promotional advertising, website copy and photograph, and also statement made by organization like in this movie. But there are some ways to avoid the communication gap from happen by under-promise and also over-deliver in the service provided. So that's all from me. Thank you.
Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh. My name is Nur Hakimah binti Muhammad Noor, S57426. I will present about the conclusion from this movie. The conclusion from this movie is about the Jimmy loving his pet, namely Rennie. Jimmy had to move to another city because his father got a new job, and then Jimmy was not allowed to bring Rennie along. And second, we can identify some services in this movie. There is a gap between the sellers and customer. The gap is, the first one is listening gap, second the communication gap, and the last one is the service design and standard gap. That's all from our group. Thank you.